Hey folks, welcome back to another Vampire the Masquerade Redemption, Part 14. Do not do tips, tricks, guides, walkthroughs, speedruns, 100% trophies, or achievements. I play games for fun with the sole goal in mind. Invade your phones and homes on your big screens, little screens, all the screens in between. Take out my headphones off. Give you a blast from the past, a wave of nostalgia as we laze down the laziest of lazy rivers, the lazy river of life. Harking back to time, era, feeling, place, the 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. When you go over to your buddy's place, good games, like Frogger, or played bad games. It's a bad game. You know what? Probably gonna be shots fired, but Centipede. In the end, oh no, Defender. Let's go with Defender. In the end, it doesn't matter if it's a good game or a bad game. It's just about playing games, having fun, passing time, having laughs, and passing gas. Especially as you get older, it's kind of hard to organize events with friends and family, get some couch co-op action going on. So I do the videos in hopes that you pop on one of the videos, some of the videos, all the videos, or none of the videos. All in the background, unless you invite me into your home, I invite you into mine, and we share the world's biggest couch, collectively known as the Internet. This seat available for anyone that wants to walk on by. So, whether you're driving home from work, you're doing some studying, maybe you're doing painting, playing video games yourself, learning guitar, teaching your son or daughter how to hunt, I don't know. Maybe it's the end of the day, 1 o'clock in the morning, you've done everything there is to do in the day, you got your phone on your chest, you can't sleep, it's too late to invite anyone over. Well, hey, come on in. Invite me over. Let's hang out. For the next hour and a half, 2 hours, consider me your buddy, your pal, your friend, as we explore video games for the first time. Yes, ever. This is the first time where we play new games for the first time, old games for the first time, such as in this case. And sometimes take a stroll down nostalgia lane to see how games fare after 5, 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years after you first played them or last beat them. My subscribers, I want to say thank you, each and every one of y'all, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing these videos, especially at the frequency in which I do them, and I make this promise, as long as one of y'all stays subscribed, I'm going to keep doing videos. Any drive-by rubbernecking viewers, howdy. And let's go with... That's not it. I was just kind of going with the beat of the music. Kind of banging. I like to do video game quotes. Can't think of one that's coming. Welcome to Die. I left the first part out because it'd give it away. So let's go with that one. Alright. Yeah, I kind of like this track. I don't know how my Bloodlines playthrough is going to end up, though, right? Oh my god, a special gift. I say we go for it. Some water. Because Bloodlines has a lot of licensed music. Now, I don't... Reminder, I don't get paid for YouTube stuff. Even if I had the option, first of all, I don't meet the requirements. Even if I did, I probably wouldn't take it, because I want to keep the channel as uninterrupted by things like ads as possible. And that's not really the whole goal, or the sole mission of this channel and these videos. The sole mission is kind of selfish on one hand, so that when I die, these videos hopefully stay up, and I can be like a ghost on the internet. Ghost in the shell, huh? Kind of also keep records of some of my mindless ramblings, maybe thought ideas, processes, experiences. A way for future family members to get to know their great relative. You know? If these videos are still around by then. The other is, I spent a lot of time watching YouTube over the years. I think I really jumped on board when I found The early years of the internet. YouTube poop. The Zelda CDI stuff, of course. Angry Video Game Nerd. I jumped in on that stuff. I think by like his second posted video on YouTube. And then I switched over to Cinemaster whenever his new stuff would come on over the website. Yeah. And one thing is, you know, you get video game reviews, you get skits, you get comedies, but I was looking for something like, I don't know if I'm hitting the mark with these videos here. Almost like immersive role-playing in a sense, where, again, I cultivate an atmosphere where we're sharing a couch together. Didn't really get a lot of that honesty or warmth. A lot of people playing games, but not playing games with viewers. And of course, I could live stream if I could stop being lazy, but that's not going to happen. I live stream on my PS4 sometimes. It's easy. I just press a button. It used to be easy, but NVIDIA decided to take that option away from me with their latest update with that stuff, which caused a whole host of problems. Anyways, that's the main, really, spirit of this stuff. Part selfishness, 50% selfish, 50% providing, hopefully, a video experience that maybe you don't get. Personal stories, mind-numbing ramblings of a aging man. Sometimes wise words, you just have to read between all the poop. Yeah, let's see. I kind of want to see something. He just vomits him out. Let's go beat up on, what were they, Ventru, I think. So this is what I like about this game here. Alright, we went to a sewer, we go to warehouses. But if you think of it like in an RPG aspect, these are like dungeons. You know, like a fantasy RPG. It gives me City of Heroes, City of Villains vibes in that regard, which I dug. And you see a lot of like, well, I guess like Persona series and stuff, Shadow Hearts. It's been done before. I think it's mostly also the setting. Great, there's no enemies. Did I spawn these guys for, like, no reason? No reason. I mean, they're still sticking with me. Will isn't. Okay. You should be mentioning this if you are. Go. No, I just go crazy. Demon blood, okay. I had to check to make sure they weren't, like, mystery blood. This stuff sucks, you know. I don't care about money. In this game. Where are the snake and the dog going? Wow, that is some reach, dude. And they're still kicking. It's pretty impressive. I'm just letting everybody go off and doing their own thing. I have no idea where everyone's at. Okay, so Can you only have 4 summons at a time, or can you... There's only 4, So I have the ability now, Shambling Hordes, to bring back dead enemies. Whoa, okay. Okay, I remember that thing. No, it doesn't have Zarya.
Sweetness. Yeah. I want to taste it.
Oh, okay, so. You can't have more than 4 summons. That's disappointing. Oh, that isn't easy. I mean, the war rule won't hurt me. Attacking? Can I bring the logo back to the... No. Alright, so. Regretfully, you can't use these summons, so I wasted those points. You can only ever have 4 active summons at a time, so what we should do is replace those with Celerity. Around Feral Claws. Let's give that a try. So I do want to be a Necromancer. I love Necromancers. What happens? This. You do 35 aggregate. Is there more to this though? There's like a lot of stuff here. Plasma bag. Look, I'll take plasma bags. No, I really don't need these. What's going on? What is this? Aw? potent's activated, what does that do? It doesn't show up here. Yeah, this level is giving me big, like, city run vibes. Oh, this has got to be speedrun strat. I'm gonna look up speedrun strat. It's probably like glitching and clicking and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Oh my god, I just like one-shot it.
To the abyss! To the abyss!
More or less. Come back as a wolf form, or... What is that floating above? Oh. I think I know what it is. It's like a... Give me the button. Best weapon in the game. Okay, so what we've learned. I probably should have leveled up Feral Claws, Dominate, or Potence, and Celerity. Who has Dominate? You already have Dominate. You have Dominate? Not like it matters, really. She's probably got Dominate. Yeah, she does get her points in. The problem I'm running into with this is because I move so quick. I'm not going to the right place.
To the abyss!
Like we've been up here. No, it's because there's nothing up. Now, if I wanted to, I could drain their blood, but...
To the abyss with thee.
Okay. You can move. Folks.
To the abyss. To the abyss with thee.
I'm probably leaving a lot of experience on the table.
To the abyss with thee. To the abyss with thee.
Thanks. Thanks for the help. Appreciate it.
To the abyss with thee.
Incidentally, this seems like the easiest dungeon that we've done. Even the first dungeon was pretty rough, but you weren't even a vampire then. So I can't put this second. No. What's my fortitude at? Let's check this out. Got all those. try running around like this. See how this works. Also, real quick, let's check what we're supposed to find out what's the golf. Alright. Well, found horses.
Tonight we build a great silver statue in his honor. And into it we
Now the
shall
sword
place
swings
the
pretty
power
quick. It's
of
like
the
119, I
most
think.
ancient blood. By this ritual
Or 111.
shall we
One of the quickest,
rule.
exquisite broadsword. Make sure you pick that up.
So, it is you.
We haven't forgotten your deeds in Vienna, Orsi.
Bless my soul. The Bruja. Could it be?
Yeah, we haven't seen him since the
Katarina's
medieval ages,
brood?
where he screwed us over.
How extraordinary.
As Ventrue are known to do.
Wilhelm, and what was your name again, lad?
Ouch.
Mark my name well, Orsi, for the devil will wish to know who delivered thee unto his cheerless realm. Tell the devil thou wert dispatched from earth by Christoph Romuald.
Christoph Romuald, whose soul he shall never possess as long as there is hope beyond all hope in this world.
Well, I remember you now, Crusader. You
were real somber in
eliminated
this. Yeah, there
some
was one.
competition for me in the old days.
He's like a good guy.
Tedious
He was begging for
so
final
much
death.
Judgment. Oh, I remember as if it was yesterday. You escaped my dungeon, you naughty boys.
We apologize for not killing you then. We'll make up for it today.
With a gallon of blood for every drop you've spilled from Alexandra.
Ooh, your hate is so delicious. My children, I'll make up for it in a far more valuable treasure than my humble blood. This is a new era, full of opportunities we could only begin to imagine in the Dark Ages. Then I thought power came from the church. That's why I had you kill Luther Black. Then times changed, and power grew from the temporal government. But do you know where power really comes from? Huh?
You bore me, businessman.
Captain
Everyone knows that corporations rule today.
Wrong. All mortal power is fleeting. A new age is about to begin. An age where we kindred are restored to
Sniffles,
rulership
you know what that
of
means.
the world. An
this recording's
age
taking place.
undreamed.
Also, I use that weird soap I
It
usually. It helps the skin,
begins
but
now.
same token, I wonder if I'm
Tonight. At the
This is the
eve
top quality
of a
commentary.
new millennium.
always expect to get from my videos.
The new millennium doesn't begin for another year. 2001.
Oh, hush. We know what we're doing. Just think, Christoph.
Man, Y2K was
An
such a
eternity
huge
of
deal,
perfect
and
power.
more than
With
media
no
sphere.
antediluvians to keep us in check.
So,
Most people I know
thou art
are
in
just
league
like,
with the
just
fiend.
another year.
Where is Vukotlok?
Made for some fun, like
So
fiction, though.
judgmental. Vukotlok
For example,
acts on
I
our
think that's the
behalf.
setting for when
If he does not,
the new,
your
the old world
antediluvian
darkness was ending
grandsire
for,
will
you know,
rise
Gehenna,
up and
the
drag
apocalypse
you
for
into
werewolf,
the grave.
the other
But
in-game scenarios for
Vukotlok
mage,
can pull them up
changeling, and all that.
first and feed upon them.
I believe
Who
that
will
was the
stop him,
canonical
then?
year. It was either 2000 or
Stop
2003.
him. He'll share power
can't
with
remember.
you. He'll restore
Could be wrong.
our
It's been a
rightful
while since I
heritage
cracked
as
open the spine of a book.
gods of the
One of those books,
earth.
anyways.
I can get you a place at the table with him. Your old friend has joined him willingly, and you can too. What was her name? The little nun?
Heska.
That's
That
none
was
of your
it.
business.
No.
No. I don't have this. Activate. So his response is to turn into a wolf. Huh? That was a boss fight? I think my companions did more than I did. Oh, he's dead. That's final death. Fortitude your way out of that one. I think you could, like, once you get into like in D&D it would be considered the epic levels. So like anything post rank 5. So like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're invulnerable. I really have nothing discipline-wise. I should probably look at doing it. I think dexterity's fine. That's a good spread, right? I wish you could refund points though. Let's try this. Let's see what's down there. Plate. Flag tag. Untouched target though. I think we're good overall. So let's just go raw stance. No. Wrong button. Sorry. Okay. Again, I think we're good on this. Actually, let's just bump her up all the way and put her on that beast. Oh, I can give him celerity too, and fortitude bonus. Blood healing's good. Let's just get them. That's good. 80. That seems good.
Stand thy ground. Stand thy ground.
I'm gonna. Alright. Oh, this way. Yep, back down here.
Stand thy ground. Return to me.
Where is Vukadlok?
That we cannot tell you.
Would Kristoff really threaten them? Let's see if there's a... I'm gonna cheat here. Let's see if there's a gameplay difference. Come on. I think I have an idea where the guy's at.
We shall find the fiend without your help. Thou hast earned my pity, as thy sire has earned your wrath.
Wait, Crusader. The fiend is below the blackened church to the north. There you'll find him, below, in his cathedral of flesh. Little good this will do you now, as he arises in but a few moments.
Alright, so, clarification. What I love about this game. First, lots of charts, lots of different ways to level up. You want to be sneaky, when you get obfuscate, just play with that. You want to be a summoner? Well, I have 4 summoning abilities. Let's go through them real quick. Animalism gives you Beckoning. Serpentis gives you Hatch the Viper. So you get a wolf and a snake. Blood magic, I don't know. Mortis gives you Shambling Hordes, but you have to, it requires corpses. No, there's one more. Where was it? Blood Rituals gives you Earth Elemental. And Mortis gives you a Ghost. A Wraith. So you can have 4 summons if you put points in Mortis, Animalism, Serpentis, or not Mortis. Put the points in Serpentis, Blood Rituals, it's 2. Mortis, and Animalism. Those are 4 summons you can use without requiring enemy corpses. You can only have a max of 4 summons at a time. I don't know if you can have a max. No, I think you can have more than 4. Each companion might be able to have up to 4. So somehow finagled it so that each of them got access. You could have 16 plus 4 is 20. I did a check with the multiplayer. You can start and play solo some pre-made multiplayer campaigns. I probably won't check them out and do videos on those. I'll leave those up. I don't know if you're able to host them as they intended, but you can load up. You get to create a character too. You get to pick a clan, and they'll each have their different sets of disciplines. You can play as a vampire. Yeah, you know what? I'll do a separate video about the multiplayer. Screw it. I'll do a separate video. Anyways, so you can be a summoner if you want to go that route. If you want to be more like a wizard type. And as for being a summoner, none of these stats really matter too much, except you might want to up your intelligence, wits, and perception. If you want to use more crowd control, upgrade your charisma, manipulation, and appearance, and go for things like dominate and let's see, not auspice. Let's see the other one, dominate and presence. Right, those are going to be more your social, but it doesn't play an impact in the dialogue so much as it does allowing you methods to use crowd control against enemies. And then you can go more like a mage build, which would be intelligence and wits. And that would be things like Lure of Flames, Blood Magic, Hands of Destruction, Blood Rituals, Mortis, Serpentis. Or you could go Warrior, Strength, Dexterity, Stamina, and you go for things like Fortitude, Potence, Celerity, and Protein to get Feral Claws, and he will just shred through everything. If you level up Feral Claws to 5, Celerity, Potence, and Fortitude to level 5, you're just going to be a wrecking ball. If you go the Mage route, go Lure of the Flames for Firestorm, get that to 5. And where's Ice? Prison of Ice, get that to level 5 under Blood Rituals. Prison of Ice completely, more or less petrifies the opponent, it stuns it. Allowing your Firestorm to do max damage, and pretty much 2 Firestorms will annihilate anything in the game. So, the game gives you a bunch of tools and says, hey, build a character how you want. And you know what? That's pretty cool, man. Also, regardless of your build, blood healing, max that out. First of all, it knocks your blood cost down to 5. Second of all, 3 blood heals takes a sliver of your blood pool at level 5, but it heals you completely. Alright. Enough of that. We know where we gotta go. Not uptown New York. We have to go to the Cathedral of Flesh, which we already found. the entrance to. 3, 2, 1. This is a New Year video game. You know how they have like Christmas movies, Christmas games. Christmas game would be like Parasite Eve. That is a Christmas game. Costume Quest 2 has a DLC for Christmas. I count that. Costume Quest itself is a Halloween game. But yeah, this is a New Year game. A New Year's game. That's gonna be the title. I had to write it down. Alright. I think we're good. We got enough like blood and everything to do this. So. Alright. You're good, you're good, you're good. Yeah. You know how to get into the Cathedral of Flesh now. And that was an endgame scenario in the Times of Judgment book, which was a splat. It was a book for all the splats that weren't Werewolf the Apocalypse, basically. So, what does that mean for people unfamiliar? Alright, so in the tabletop setting, you know, dice, paper, character sheets, all that. We're playing the game Vampire the Masquerade. Werewolf the Apocalypse, which was my preferred system and setting in that universe. Its last book was called Werewolf the Apocalypse. I think it was called Ragnarok or Apocalypse. And it was a book that held a bunch of different end game scenarios and ideas you could use for your own campaigns. Vampire the Masquerade, Mage the Ascension, Wraith the Oblivion, Changeling, the Dump. No, I don't know what it's called. Changeling. I never played it. It's actually The Dreaming. It's actually one of the only splat books I don't own. And Mummy the Resurrection, kind of, sort of. Mummy the Resurrection. That was all put into one book. They didn't get their own separate books. They were all put into one, and it was called The Time of Judgment. Oh, and I can't remember. I don't think Kuei Jin or Kindred of the East, which was one of my other favorite splats. That was all put in the book Time of Judgment. And in that, there was a scenario where Zemitzi, the clan, which is also the name of their founder, had, over the years, ever since the Sabbat did their Sabbat thing, where they were like, we need out with the old, in with the new, and we need to drain the ancients, and because we have to be afraid of them. Guess what? In the end, the Sabbat were right. The Antediluvians, or whatever they're called, were going to come back and drain the world and drown it in blood. Sorry, Camarilla fanboys. Anyways, and in that book, Zemitzi, who had been body transferring, because, the clan has the flesh crafting ability, had ended up, I think, in one of the scenarios underneath New York and created another cathedral of flesh. Because in the medieval ages, I believe there was another cathedral of flesh that was a cathedral made out of flesh, bone, living beings that were screaming in continuous agony, and it was this horrific thing. And I think that may have been the site where the first Sabbat started their revolution against the elders and all that, the Antediluvians, the Methuselahs, whatever they were all called. Anyways, my vampire lore is very surface, so I never claim to know everything about vampire. Werewolf's a different story. I can wax on, wax off for years about Werewolf the Apocalypse. Anyways, the in-game scenario in the Time of Judgment book had Zemitzi underneath the sewers, creating another cathedral of flesh until he finally bursts forth as this gigantic, like, Akira mass of flesh. You remember the anime Akira? And it was just, like, all-consuming, almost like the Blob at that point, too, right? That old Steve McQueen movie. I think there was an 80s movie, too, like a remake that was a lot more gory, obviously. And that was just one of the scenarios you could play through with. I think another one was, like, Lilith shows up. Oh, another one. I don't know if this was in the Times of Judgment, maybe in one of the clan books, but the Ravnos one, they're like founder for Clan Ravnos. Kind of funny was woke up. I think it was in India, maybe it was somewhere in that part of the world, and he was rampaging around just like, because when vampires wake up from torpor, especially, they're like crazy. They're like completely consumed by the beast, most of them. They're just tearing everything apart. And he was just wrecking all sorts of havoc. The Kuai-Jin, the kindred of the East, who aren't really vampires, but they're considered kindred of the East, were like sending all the beast courts, which are the Hingeoke, the shapeshifters of the East. They were trying to fight them. Even tribes of werewolves from the Garou nation were banding together, all these, and going toe-to-toe with them. And eventually how they beat them is more or less who were they called? I think it was a faction of the mages, the Technocracy. My mage lore is even worse than my vampire. Basically got like a sky beam cannon and just laser beamed him, Death Starred him from space. So it was really neat in a this is dumb but it's dumb fun kind of way, because like you just imagine like these ancient non-vampires from the kindred of the East, like 5 of them forming a Sentai and just trying to battle this ancient vampire and werewolves and other shapeshifters like Korax or Tengu, I guess. What they you got the Sambido, which are Eastern Rokia, which are weresharks. Anyways, all that in the mix, and then you just get this big laser beam directed by mages that use technology and lasers. Mages were always pretty neat. I think mage I played, what were they? Verbena, which were like druids, and apologies for the pronunciation, but what? Thanatos? They were like really dark, gloomy, goth, death enshrouded mage types. Usually known for being assassins, I guess, is kind of one of the descriptions they use for the group. Setting's bonkers. I don't know if 5th edition carried the tradition of the bonker setting. Something neat also before we kick it off again, because I think we're at the last leg of the game. This has got to be it. Alright, it starts with the Zemitzi like it did at the beginning, and then it comes full circle. But Werewolf the Apocalypse, another reason they're great, is the 1st edition tribe books. And even the some of the main core books for Werewolf the Apocalypse had comic books in them, and they were pretty neat. They were done in different art styles. They had different tones and feels. Like I remember the Get a Fenris one was like a comic book, like it was a G.I. Joe Marvel comic in a way. That was probably my favorite one, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Get a Fenris. They're an okay tribe, right? They're like the gung ho, might makes right, werewolf tribe. Anyways, all right, Christoph, let's set sail. See how the sun sets on this tail of yours. Let's make a save again. Huh. What do we got here? Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. I am not blending as much as I thought I would with this. Home of animalism. We are so far gone. Does anyone need animalism? You've got animalism, right? Yeah. You have animalism? No.
Let's kick some butt.
Just give you animalism. Alright. Let's pause. Let's give you feral claws again. Blood healing's too good. As much as I want to be a puppet master. Are you not going there? I guess you can't go in there. Let's look at this real quick. I mean, her stats are pretty beastly. Oh, wow. Let's see how this goes. Oh, wow. I want that. Where you at? Now we got a Blazer. Do we need one? Probably not. Oh, so you can kind of have up to 7, huh? If you keep that selected. show you 2 ways to fight things in this. Wait, what? Is that where we came in at? Oh, it is. Oh, that door opened now somehow. Some way, somehow. Okay. Alright, so even though close this window real quick too. I was gonna say, even though we have celerity and potence activated. And even though the sword does 40 damage versus a fully upgraded Feral Claw doing only 35 damage is a bit better because it causes aggravated damage. So the worst type of damage it causes is bashing, which is why guns in this suck. They're bad. Fighting? Oh. Okay, you can stop feeding me each other there. Ah. Oh, that's cool. It's like giant tonsils. Okay, that's still an issue. Oh, they gave him a little bad. Oh, you know what? This is why we gave him. But I don't need a scroll. Let's go here, here, here.
I'm starving. I'm dying.
Okay, so I don't think she loses out on much. I think you just lose out on the experience game. Alright. I'll show you two ways. I don't know if this is the final boss, but we'll find out.
Enter freely, Christoph. I bid you welcome to my domain. It is fitting that you should be here now, at the beginning of the new age, as you were at the end of the last era.
I shall cause thy fall
Not as
now,
cool as my
I did
zines.
then.
I used to role-play my groups.
Then was I not yet risen?
You had an unhealthy obsession with werewolves. Wow, it's better. 234% better than the current network. It really isn't.
And now, I am omnipotent.
But thanks, Killer
Nay,
Network.
for we have denied thee Orsi's statue for thy ritual.
I'll live.
We shall stop thee.
It's over, Christoph. I have already risen, with power enough to consume even antediluvians.
No!
But I must extend my gratitude to you, Christoph. My former vessel, Lebusa, lacked a certain purity. But Aneska, her virtue bubbles up from so rich a spring that I have been endlessly supplied with purity to defile. I would never have found her without your assistance. You sent her to me, and she has been so loyal and willing a servant to me over these long eons. I shall now embrace her, and she will rule with me over the cattle of humanity for all time.
Nay, Aneska is not thine.
Always
She
these
serves
long-winded
thee
speeches.
not. She sent a summons to awaken me from torpor.
Is this true, Aneska?
Oh, so it was her who will.
Dear master, please allow me to split Kristoff's joints and fleshcraft his bones into a throne for thy glory.
Monster! I'll destroy thee.
I have a better idea. Serve me.
I know thou art wicked, but I never thought thee a fool.
Serve me. You don't really have any love for the antediluvians, do you? The day of
Dude.
Dana is coming.
I barely know what's going on, man. He truly does barely know what's going on. It's not like anyone gave him a crash course on being a kindred.
I will give you eternity, life everlasting. We will greet
You didn't get a
the
jack
awakening grandsires
like in the
with
opening of
another
Bloodlines.
flood, a deluge
Which,
of
remember, I'm
our
playing
own
through these
blood.
games to the lead
One
up to Bloodlines 2
antediluvian is no
release,
better than 13.
which I probably
I
won't pick
cannot
up. But
entrust such power unto any, let alone
beat it
thee.
in celebration.
Then suppose I gave you
Whether the game's good or bad, not my cup of tea from everything I've learned.
what?
Being based on 5th edition doesn't help, but
Even if you could destroy me, which you cannot.
hey, it's another
destroy
vampire
her
game.
as well.
You know, maybe some folks might enjoy it. And if not,
She is
we've
my
got
rule.
Redemption, which I'm
And
playing now,
after all
which
these
has been a great
centuries,
game.
She
Really,
is utterly dependent on my blood.
I've been enjoying it.
If I die, she shatters
I'd say
into
almost
thousand
as,
year
at
old
least,
dust.
almost as much,
But
arguably
serve
maybe
me,
even more than Bloodlines.
and I'll give her to you.
Two very different games, though.
What say you?
Nay, I shall fight thee to stop thy mad scheme, even at the cost of my life.
Both role-playing games. So I'm gonna try the melee route. Alright, doesn't seem to be going too well.
To the abyss with thee.
Uh-oh.
the abyss with thee!
Blood!
Little fool. You have no hope of winning.
I have hope beyond hope.
Sight beyond sight.
My time. I have no more patience for you. Your skin and bones will add to the walls of my
Alright, so that was going like a melee route, and that didn't go too well. So let's see the other way. Where are the other two? They're here in spirit. Alright, so let's go here. And let's... Let's do this. Let's go. See if this works. Where is it? Prison Vice. Boom. First, let's get summoning out of the way. Let's see how these work. I mean, we know how they work, but it sounds like he's choking. Let's see. Okay, so if you speed run through the dialogue, your buffs will... Ice Prison works.
To the abyss with thee!
He doesn't even get an attack off. Look at that.
You have no hope.
Bonk, bonk, bonk. Alright, this looks like the point of no return, right? Okay, so Ice Prison worked a lot better. So Ice Prison, pop him with Firestorm, and just have at you. Might as well. Another thing, can we go back? Oh, we can go back if we want. Sure, let's let's do it. Okay. Oh, whispers. Oh, no. Beckoning's what we need. Yeah. Summons an animal. Beckoning. So, yeah, no, it doesn't. So let's... Yeah. Might as well, right? Okay, we get this. Let's make sure it didn't... Let's do this again. Beckoning. Match the average. Beckoning. Let's see what they each summon. Oh, she summons a spider and he summons a rat. So it's based on your clan. And I think the level. Alright. Let's do that. Let's do this. And let's go hard.
I rap.
I am the wall of memory. I contain the secret thoughts of Inesca.
This is creepy.
I am damned. In the holy orders, I once dreamed of the eternity of bliss that would be mine for my devotion to the Lord. Eternity is now mine, but not bliss. I shall live as long as a voivod, or as long as a voivod is pleased with me, or as long as a voivod is pleased to defile me. Heavenly bliss is not to be my lot, only empty
And this
torment.
is why Zemitzi were always
Yet
my
still I
favorite.
dare
I
to
love
hope.
Greeks. So I even got
Still
the
I
tattoo
live.
of their clan. Ouroboros. Straight from the book. I have it on my inner bicep. I still need a Werewolf the Apocalypse one for my favorite, which were Shadow Lords. But do they all say different things, or are they all saying the same thing?
I have lived for 50 years. All I loved are dead and gone. My beloved Kristoff has perished in the fall of Viscerad. His sacrifice has preserved innocence in the world, and so I rejoice. But my suffering grows with each passing night. The Voivod takes great delight in seeing me rise with fresh hope, for it means he may once again drag me down. Should I surrender all hope and break as the Busa is broken, his pleasure would be at an end. Yet I will not abandon my hope, even though such hope fills his empty heart with glee, as it fills mine with pain.
I cannot bear it.
Alright, do I really want to go through all of these? I guess. Maybe we have to. Let's unlock the door.
For more than 200 years, I have suffered every possible form of humiliation and defilement. I have fallen from the chaste and inviolate woman I once was, yet I have borne it all with hope in my heart. But now, I am sinking into the murky depths, and the last whisper of hope in me is fading like the final bubbles of breath from a drowning woman. As we grow close to the day of his resurrection, Vukadlak has found the only defilement I cannot bear. He has decreed that I inflict defilement on others by binding innocent men and women into the walls of his accursed cathedral of flesh. His power compels me, and I cannot resist a direct command. I can endure my own degradation, but I cannot abide to befoul others. I fear I shall shatter like glass.
My poor, poor Inesca. This is my doing.
Well,
Every
not really.
humiliation
I mean,
she suffers
you have no
is
control
on
over
my
vampires
head.
doing vampire crap.
Kristoff, you can't blame yourself for the choices she made.
Well, she didn't make a choice at this point.
Perhaps thou art correct.
It's not your fault. You have to move on.
I think she likes him.
It is 2 centuries and a half after Vukadlak took me, and his resurrection draws nigh. He now demands that I surrender the final shreds of my honor and perform evil acts of my own volition. I cannot defy my master's command that I defile others, and when I resist him, my poor body carries out his tasks against my will, like a puppet.
Resist.
It's driving me mad. So I must change. Rather than resist the evil I am compelled to do, I now embrace it and perform my tasks with zeal. The master favors me, and as I embrace his evil, he gives me greater power. I have been Lebusa's equal since my arrival. Now shall I take over her duties, gladly trading the final measure of my innocence for control over the Voivod's worldly affairs. 'Tis the only way.
Oh no! She gave up! I'm so sorry, Kristoff. Kristoff, are you okay?
I mourn for her soul.
We did that one. Listen.
I have now lived more than 300 years past my natural lifespan. I have committed atrocities beyond all imagining, but my plan has succeeded. Though Vukodlak has extraordinary power, his exile from the world makes him weak. He must act through Lebusa, who wields great power within our haven. But in just a few years, I have usurped all of Lebusa's power and left her a wretched outcast in the cathedral of flesh she helped build. Long ago, the Voivod stripped her of her soul and gave her power in exchange. Now that I have taken away that power, she is a pitiable creature indeed. She has no place here, yet she cannot leave. I would lament her fate, but I have no tears to shed, even for myself, for Resurrection Day draws nigh.
That gives me the creeps. This is supposed to be the purest woman in the world?
Lily, I think you should really zip it.
I'm only trying to help Kristoff get over...
Zip it!
You're right. Kristoff, I'm so sorry. You must be feeling awful. I wish I could...
My feelings be damned. Tonight, we slaughter every denizen of this foul place, or die in the attempt.
On the eve of his resurrection, Vukodlak bade us slaughter the Premisel leaders, even as they began the ritual that would raise him from torpor. I have learned well the lessons of corruption, for I have turned my hand to the corruption of the Voivod's resurrection. In the guise of offering wise counsel to Vukodlak, I poison his heart against those who could speed his resurrection. I accuse the faithful of disloyalty. I accuse the powerful of dangerous ambition. I praise the weak and ineffectual, like the merchant toad Orsi, as obedient servants. Vukodlak's fear of losing power is far greater than his hope of gaining new power, and so he believes every doubt I whisper in his ear. And so he crushed his own resurrection.
Wow. She sacrificed her innocence to stop Vukodlak.
Okay, so it tells you which ones you already talked to.
Vukodlak's rage is implacable. His resurrection has failed so often that he blames all the Tzimisce of Europe. He desires to move our entire cathedral of flesh to the new world where we may begin again. This vast undertaking will involve many shipments of native soil. I am well pleased, for this foolish migration shall take at least a century and further postpone his resurrection.
Now I also have a conundrum. When I get to Bloodlines, do I just try to play it straight, or do I download the patches?
Alas, I fear I can no longer prevent the Voivod's awakening.
Of work to make that
Lord
game
Vukodlak has gained great power from the fear and apprehension afoot in the world on the eve of the new millennium. These fears feed him,
core
and
aspect of this
despite
channel
my
is I play
greatest
games
efforts, his
out of the
resurrection
box,
is
so
now inescapable.
You know,
There are
maybe I'll
none
do
who can help me. I can only hope against hope for the
you know what,
return
we'll
of
do
the
one without
one man
patches, and then
Vukodlak
maybe later
fears.
we'll do one with patches.
I pray that God restores Kristoff.
That way, you can see the difference. I won't do it one after the other. I'll take a break for a while, come back to it eventually, maybe next year. That 5 is 3, so let's do this too. Alright, stuff going on here.
Come with me quickly. I can help you.
Why should I enter thy trap, servant of the fiend?
Please, for Aneska. She says that if you would have hope even when your cause is lost, you should follow me.
I go, but I go with my sword at thy back.
Go now. There is little time. Destroy him and topple this vile cathedral. Now, my dark love. I give you
And as we
thanks
saw, you
for
can fight
allowing me to serve you
the
all
boss
these years.
as a warrior
Watching
type, but
over your
requires a bit more
sweetly
finesse, so I'm just going to use the
cruel
magic
visage in
approach.
purple.
Just know there's multiple ways to approach
My
this.
defilement is complete.
So, I will just do that. Alright. I don't know, is this a boss arena? Oh, look at that. Potion hand up. Just roll it. That's probably helpful. Last bits of things for you to... I like that. You took the body and turned it into a chest, huh? A crossbow. Rifle. Yeah. Don't use bows or rifles, just hand weapons. If you can, and I've talked about in previous videos, real quick, when you jump from the medieval age to the modern day age, things like most of the equipment that you have equipped on you carry over, but it has to be on Kristoff. Put everything that you want to take with you in Kristoff's chest. Things like the femur, artifacts, they'll transfer over. Exquisite broadsword will transfer over if you have it in his chest or equipped on him. Shields, armor, and helmet will carry over if they have the insulated or other keywords attached to the equipment. So it would have been like insulated full helmet, which would provide defense against electricity. So it doesn't matter if it's fire, electricity, or ice. Holy and unholy, I don't think transfer over. The rings transferred over, and I think that's about it. None of your money does, so don't worry about trying to grind for money. In the medieval ages, if you want it to carry, other than getting your folks loaded out to the guilds. Alright. Is this it? Oh, we're back here. Okay, so where do we go now? Do we go back down? I really should.
You survived my hosts. Impressive, young Crusader. You have earned something few have seen. Your final
I think this is called Zulu or Zulo form. It's level 5 flesh crafting ability. It's kind of like Demon Shinte for the Kindred, or shape changing for werewolves and Krynos. bit more unsettling. And the forms are different. They take different shapes. Let's do this if we can. Beckoning. Beckoning. No. So basically all I'm doing is ice prison and spamming those.
I am weak with lack of precious blood.
That's it.
Go to her, Kristoff.
Let's see which ending.
Now that the fiend is no more, my unnatural power dissolves. I fear for my soul after my defilement, after all that I have done. But I rejoice that my last sight shall be thee. I only pray that one day I may attain thy forgiveness.
I grant all forgiveness, though thou art blameless and pure in mine eyes.
Then death finds me in joy and rapture.
Aneska, my accursed soul trembles to utter these selfish, blasphemous words. But thou need not die if thou wouldst endure.
Thou would still have me, Kristoff? I scarcely dared hope.
Thy love has redeemed me across 1,000 years. I would that I could offer salvation in return, but I have none to give, only damnation.
Damnation with thee would be sweet as salvation. Let thy love cast me down and raise me up forever. Take me, my love.
That was a good ending. There's 3 endings. One ending is the evil ending, the other is the bad, and that's the good ending. The evil ending is basically join with the Zemitzi and you get bit by him, you become evil. The bad end, kind of similar. Kristoff submits to the Zemitzi, becomes his blood slave, and a lot is left dubious. So, all right, that was the end of that. Let's jump into the Ryan's rating system. Had a lot of fun with this game. Genuinely, first time playing it. Knew about it for years, obviously. Been playing the tabletop since like the 90s, early 90s, since first edition, so on and so forth. So I knew about it, I just never played it because I played Bloodlines. And I'm kind of shocked at how much I enjoyed this. I thought, this can't be as good as Bloodlines. Yeah, the writing, the tone seems less edgy punk, tongue-in-cheek. But talking about from a gameplay perspective, There's a lot more here than I was expecting. So, using the Ryan's rating system, is it a bad game? Is it boring? Nope. Not at all. Outside of the setting being great, it's Old World of Darkness, which is amazing. It's pre-5th edition, which is double amazing. And the amount of disciplines and approaches to how you play the game is varied. It's a bit simplistic in regards, you know, there's not a lot of the RPG mostly comes from stat sheets and how you tweak your character to play and controlling the group, rather than through dialogue, which we'll see when I go through Bloodlines. I didn't find myself bored because of that. There was always something to upgrade, always something new to try, to experiment, to kind of learn. And if you're kind of hungering for more, there's still a multiplayer mode, which I'll do a separate video, maybe. Maybe I'll do a separate video where we look at that. Or maybe I'll do it in this video. How much time we got left? Oh, we still got time. So maybe I'll check that out real quick. So no, wasn't boring. Yeah, sure, you play Bruja. That's alright. You don't really get to pick your clan in the main game. You can pick your clan multiplayer, which I'll show here soon. So, game's not boring. I got a lot of hours out of it. Not touching the multiplayer stuff because I don't think it works. Like, I think you can play through some of the scenarios, that they pre-made scenarios, but you can't, like, without doing some weird internet stuff, you can't play it with other people. Again, might be a way to do it. I don't know. But overall, game was not boring. The story was engaging. It had Tzimisce, Lasombra, Giovanni, Setites, Assamites, or whatever they're called. Had Cappadocians because of jumping from medieval to modern day, which was really cool. Like that section waking up in the Society of Leopold in modern day. That was neat. Nice transition. So not boring. Gets a thumbs up, green check mark. Is it awesome? It is. Sure, it's the vampires, right? It's the kindred. Not the superior Werewolf the Apocalypse setting, but vampires fun. It's still Old World of Darkness, which is great. They need a lot of neat powers to mess around with. Some are redundant, but it adds character and flavor, and allowing you to, if you want to be a true domination machine and just awe and inspire people and use presence and dominate them, and you get multiple from Serpentis to presence to dominate. So, 2 thumbs up. The game is awesome. 2 green check marks. Last, is it done? Which is the Ryan rating system B.A.D. No. No. There's exploits you can use to make the game easier, which I release those videos showing you how to do them, if you choose to do them. Instead of a developer saying, oh, we can't allow that, we have to patch that out. It was in the game. They allow you to do it. That's how games should be. When you patch out those things, it makes the game less fun, and it makes the games more dumb. In this case, they didn't. The dialogue was written well enough for the story it was telling. The voice acting was A+ amazing. I love this type of voice acting. Ham it up, folks. Don't force ham it, but I think that's kind of a problem with a lot of modern games. But yeah, outside of you have to play a leech. Who likes leeches? Outside of the Tzimisce, they're cool. Not being able to create your character, pick your disciplines at the start, would have been something I would have liked, but I don't think it's dumb because, again, you get access to so many disciplines by the end of the game. Right? Like, you can pick disciplines outside of your clan, and that worked well. There's a lot of weapon variety. The guns were dumb. That was dumb. Once you get to modern day, you get the guns and you're like, oh, okay, guns, that might be cool. But they all do like bashing damage where they're slow to fire and they take up all the inventory space. It's just, even if you don't have access to exquisite broadsword, you really want to go melee or just invest in feral claws, really. But so that was kind of disappointing. The guns I wish were a little bit better or had more application. Maybe if they had like more human enemies, It would have helped. But again, that plays his strength on why it wasn't dumb. You want to be a magic wielder and do the Rain of Fire spam and Prison of Ice, go for it. If you want to go more melee brawler, go Feral Claws and use your disciplines. You want to manage your blood. You don't want to bother with blood. You have the option well there by getting the right combination of weapons. And there is a lot of items you can use. So, in the end, because we're good Gene Stealer boys and girls, or you know what, we're all good Zemitsu boys and girls who like to craft third arm onto our bodies using fleshcraft. Game's not dumb. It's 3 thumbs up, 3 green check marks. And that is Orion's rating system. You know what? I'm going to save the multiplayer video for a separate video. So keep an eye out for that. Also keep an eye out for another start of Bloodlines video. All in preparation for the release of Bloodlines 2. Yeah, the presentation of this game still holds up. Sure, you could argue the graphics is a bit but like the tone and presentation does a really good job of evoking the emotion of the game and the setting. And as you can see here, the big multiplayer. So look out for that video where I just go over it a bit just to show you the basics of it. And if that's something you're interested in, you can always explore it. I won't go too deep into it. Alright, everybody. My subscribers, you all stay awesome. You have an amazing day. And drive by Remnant Computers. Catch you next time. Till then, everyone, you have a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good night.